What if I told you a truck that does 0 to 100 in 5.7 seconds, has 430 horsepower, goes 840 kilometers on a single tank, and comes with a rotating 12.8-inch screen, costs less than a base model Ford Ranger? Canada just opened its doors to Chinese vehicles, and the Ford CEO himself called what's coming an existential threat. He wasn't exaggerating. These 7 trucks are about to prove why. Here's what just happened that most people completely missed. In January 2026, Canada made a deal that changed everything. After slapping a 100% tariff on Chinese vehicles back in 2024, matching exactly what America did, Canada reversed course. They dropped that tariff down to 6.1%. They're now allowing 49,000 Chinese electric and hybrid vehicles into the country every single year. And there's a clause most people aren't talking about. A chunk of that quota is reserved specifically for vehicles under 35,000 Canadian dollars. Affordable trucks, the exact category where North American automakers make their biggest margins. Now here's what makes this terrifying for Detroit and the Big Three. The average transaction price for a new vehicle in Canada is over $46,000. Chinese automakers are about to flood the market with trucks that cost less and do more. We're talking trucks with technology that Ford and GM said was years away. Trucks with performance specs that make 80,000 American dollars American pickups look embarrassing. The clock is ticking. These trucks aren't theoretical anymore. They're here. Let's start with the one that's going to make you question everything you thought you knew about pickup trucks. GWM King Kong Cannon, $18,000. That's not a down payment, that's the full price for a brand new full-size pickup truck. The GWM King Kong Cannon starts at $18,000 US. And before you say, well, it must be a stripped-down piece of junk, let me tell you exactly what you get. A 2.0-liter turbocharged engine pushing 163 horsepower, an 8-speed automatic transmission, 4-wheel drive available, a 7 cross-member chassis rated to handle 1-ton payloads. Standard safety includes European-grade ESC stability control and hill descent control. This isn't some stripped work truck with crank windows and no AC. This is a legitimate full-spec pickup. Now do the math with me. A base Toyota Hilux, the truck everyone calls the most reliable pickup on earth, starts around $30,000 in most markets. A Ford Ranger, $32,000 minimum. You're paying nearly double for specs that aren't even better. Great Wall Motor, the company behind the King Kong Cannon, just exported 17,500 pickups in April 2025 alone. That's a 13.6% year-over-year increase. They're the #1 Chinese pickup exporter on the planet. They didn't get there by accident. In Thailand, the King Kong Cannon is actively taking market share from Isuzu, a brand that has dominated Southeast Asian construction fleets for decades. In Australia, GWM trucks passed hardcore outback torture tests that would destroy most American trucks. And here's the thing, this is their entry-level truck. This is the warm-up act. The truck coming next, this is the one that made Ford executives start having emergency meetings. BYD Shark 6, 430 horsepower. Let that sink in for a second. Pickup truck with 430 horsepower. The BYD Shark 6 isn't just a truck, it's a statement. It's BYD's first pickup, and they didn't hold anything back. Here's what you're looking at. A 1.5-liter turbocharged engine combined with dual electric motors, one on each axle. The system produces 321 kilowatts of combined power. That translates to 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in 5.7 seconds. That's faster than a BMW M3 from 10 years ago. In a pickup truck, that can tow a boat, but the speed isn't even the headline. The range is. Electric-only range, 100 kilometers. That's your daily commute covered without burning a drop of fuel. Combined hybrid range, 840 kilometers. That's Edmonton to Calgary and back, without stopping. Fuel consumption in hybrid mode? 2 liters per 100 kilometers. Your buddy's Civic doesn't get that kind of economy. BYD Shark uses something called blade battery technology, BYD's proprietary lithium iron phosphate cell design that's been certified by Euro NCAP for safety. This battery doesn't catch fire. It doesn't explode. In nail penetration tests, where you literally drive a steel nail through the battery, the blade battery stays cool and stable. Inside, you get a 12.8-inch rotating touchscreen, Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, a 12-speaker Dynaudio premium sound system, 7 airbags, driver fatigue monitoring, autonomous emergency braking, blind spot warning with rear cross traffic alert, towing capacity 2,500 kilograms, payload 835 kilograms, double wishbone independent suspension on all 4 corners. Oh, and there's V2L capability, vehicle to load. This truck is a portable generator. You can power your entire campsite or run power tools at a job site with no outlet. The truck becomes the outlet. Price? Around $55,000 US. The Ford Ranger PHEV, which isn't even out yet, is rumored to start at $100,000. So we've got a truck that's faster, goes farther, has more features, and costs almost half as much. And that's still not the craziest one on this list. The next truck has a feature that doesn't exist on any Western pickup. Literally, nothing from Ford, GM, Ram, or Toyota has this. GWM Power Shanghai Cannon HI4-T Tank Turn. This truck can spin 360 degrees in place, like a tank. The GWM Power Shanghai Cannon HI4-T is built on the same platform as the Tank 500 luxury SUV. It's a plug-in hybrid pickup with a 2.0-liter turbocharged Miller cycle engine paired with a front-mounted electric motor and a 37.1 kilowatt-hour battery. Combined output 300 kilowatts, 750 newton meters of torque. For context, the current Ford F-150 Power Boost Hybrid makes 430 horsepower and 570 pound-feet, which converts to about 773 newton meters. So the Shanghai Cannon is in the same conversation as the F-150, at a fraction of the price. But here's where it gets absurd. This truck has nine driving modes. It has a BorgWarner 4A plus M lock, four-wheel drive system with front and rear differential locks, triple lock capability, off-road cruise control, an off-road information display that shows vehicle angle, altitude, and compass heading in real time. The pure electric range is 115 kilometers, combined range over 1,000 kilometers, and fuel consumption in intelligent hybrid mode, 1.7 liters per 100 kilometers. That's not a typo, under 2 liters per 100 clicks. In a full-size, body-on-frame pickup truck with triple differential locks, the exterior supports up to 6 kilowatts of power output from the bed. There's a 220-volt outlet built into the cargo area, 24 anchor points, 4 utility hooks, 4 reserved power ports if you get the Performance Edition. Inside, a 14.6-inch touchscreen, a 12.3-inch digital instrument cluster, voice command, remote vehicle control from your phone, electric rear seats that recline up to 33 degrees. That's luxury SUV territory. Safety includes reinforced anti-collision beams in every door, the floor, and the roof. The cage structure can withstand 4.2 times the vehicle's weight. Pricing starts at around $32,000 for the Global Edition. You're getting F-150 power, Land Cruiser capability, and Tesla-level tech for the price of a mid-spec Tacoma. Now, if you're thinking, okay, these hybrids are impressive, but what about pure electric? That's exactly what the next truck answers. And it does something even the Cybertruck can't do. Geely Radar RD6. Drone integration, not a joke, not an afterthought. Built-in drone support with mapping capabilities. The Geely Radar RD6 is a pure electric pickup truck designed for people who actually use their trucks in the field. Farmers, surveyors, emergency responders, outdoor enthusiasts. Let's talk specs first. The RD6 delivers 428 horsepower from its electric motors. Torque is instant, 594 newton meters available from the moment you touch the accelerator. Range, up to 651 kilometers on the CLTC cycle. In real-world driving, you're looking at around 460 to 500 kilometers depending on conditions. The kicker? 11 kilowatts of V2L power export. That's enough to run serious equipment or charge another electric vehicle. This truck is a mobile power station, but the Radar RD6's secret weapon is its integration with commercial drones. You can launch a drone from the truck bed, fly a survey mission, and have the data map directly to the truck's system. For agricultural monitoring, for property surveys, for search and rescue. No Western truck offers anything close to this, and the Radar lineup doesn't stop there. There's also the Radar Horizon, a premium variant around $45,000, with 600 millisecond drive mode switching, 7 driving modes, and full terrain optimization. Now here's the interesting part. Geely owns Volvo. They own Polestar, they own Lotus. This isn't some random startup. This is one of the largest automotive conglomerates on Earth flexing their EV expertise into the pickup segment. The RD6 starts around $28,000 in markets where it's available, under 30 grand for a 428 horsepower electric truck with drone integration. Still with me? Good, because this next truck is specifically designed to kill the Toyota Hilux, and it might actually do it. Chang'an F-Septendesmit. If you've spent any time in the Middle East, Africa, or Southeast Asia, you know the Toyota Hilux is basically religious scripture. It's the truck that won't die, the truck that survives everything. Chang'an built the F70 specifically to dethrone it. The F70 uses a 2.0-liter Blue Whale turbocharged engine, producing 390 newton meters of torque, paired with a Punch 8-speed automatic transmission developed in collaboration with European suppliers. That chassis? 7 crossmembers. European crash tested. ESC and hill descent control are standard even on base models. What makes the F70 dangerous isn't any single spec, it's the complete package at the price point. This truck has been absolutely dominating in ASEAN construction markets. Thai contractors who have used Isuzu and Hilux for generations are switching. The F70 is proving itself in real conditions: floods, construction sites, unpaved mountain roads, and in European safety testing it passed everything. Eurograde standards, not watered down export market safety. Price around $18,300 to start. So you get Hilux reliability claims. At 40% less cost, with a more powerful engine, and better standard safety equipment. The Hilux has been coasting on reputation for decades. The F70 is coming for its throne, but we've got two more trucks, and I saved the most shocking ones for last. The next one has range extender technology that makes every other system look primitive. Changan Hunter. It's 272 horsepower, 470 newton meters of torque, and the ability to charge from 30% to 80% in 30 minutes. The Changan Hunter is a range extender electric pickup truck, which means it has a small gasoline engine that exists purely to charge the battery when needed. The wheels are always driven by electric motors. Why does that matter? Because electric motors deliver torque instantly. No turbo lag. No transmission hunting for the right gear. You mash the pedal, you move. Now. The Hunter's charging capability is legitimately insane. Half an hour at a fast charger gets you from nearly empty to nearly full. For comparison, a Tesla Cybertruck, which is bigger and more powerful, takes about the same time. But the Hunter costs a fraction of the Cybertruck price, and there's something else. The Hunter has 6.6 kilowatts of V2L external power output. Disaster relief workers in Asia have already started using these trucks as mobile command centers. You can run medical equipment, communications gear, lighting for an entire worksite. Changan's been making vehicles since 1862. They started as a military weapons manufacturer before becoming one of China's most established automakers, producing over 2 million vehicles per year. They're not experimenting, they know what they're doing. The Hunter represents something important. It's proof that you don't need a fully electric vehicle to get electric performance. This hybrid approach gives you the instant torque, the efficiency, the quiet operation, but without the range anxiety. If you run out of battery, the gasoline engine keeps you going. At around $36,000, this truck is positioned to pull buyers who are curious about electric but nervous about charging infrastructure. And now, the final truck, the one that puts everything together, the one that made Ford's CEO say existential threat and mean it. SAIC Maxus T90 EV. Level 2, autonomy, 550 kilometers of range, and backing from one of the largest automakers on Earth. SAIC Motor Corporation is China's biggest automaker. They produced over 5.4 million vehicles in 2024. They have joint ventures with Volkswagen and General Motors. This is not a small operation. The SAIC Maxus T90 EV is their flagship electric pickup truck, and it represents the next generation of what these vehicles can do. Level 2 autonomous driving means adaptive cruise control, lane centering, automatic emergency braking, and traffic sign recognition all working together. The truck can essentially drive itself on highways. You're still supervising, but the cognitive load drops dramatically. For fleet operators, delivery companies, agricultural operations, logistics firms, this is massive. Driver fatigue is one of the biggest safety issues in commercial trucking. A truck that can handle highway stretches autonomously means fewer accidents, lower insurance costs, better utilization. The T90 EV has already made inroads in European markets, particularly the Netherlands and Norway, where EV adoption is highest. SAIC Maxus is exporting heavily to Australia and South America as well. And here's the part that keeps North American automakers awake at night. SAIC can price these trucks aggressively because of their scale. They're not trying to make maximum profit per vehicle. They're trying to capture market share, build brand recognition, establish service networks. It's the exact same playbook that Japanese automakers used in the 1970s and 80s. Low prices, high quality, slowly take over. By the time Ford and GM realized what was happening with Japanese brands, it was too late. The market had shifted permanently. Canada just opened the door. 49,000 vehicles per year to start. That quota is expected to increase to 70,000 annually over the next 5 years. Remember what I said at the beginning? A truck with 430 horsepower, 840 kilometers of range, and a rotating touchscreen for less than a base Ford Ranger? That's not coming. That's here. These 7 trucks represent something bigger than specs and prices. They represent a fundamental shift in the global automotive order. For decades, pickup trucks have been dominated by American, Japanese, and Korean manufacturers. That era is ending. China isn't just competing anymore. They're leading, they're innovating faster, they're pricing more aggressively, and they're building trucks that, on paper and increasingly in practice, embarrass what Detroit is putting out. Canada saw the writing on the wall. They couldn't keep these trucks out forever, so they made a deal. America still has its 100% tariff, for now, but walls don't last forever, and when these trucks finally arrive in North America in full force, the pickup market will never be the same.